Welcome back to Living 808. After a very close call with Hurricane Douglas, we had a wake-up call about getting our homes ready for storms.
Especially for homes with solar and PV panels, and we asked our friends at Revolution for their top tips.
Well, we made it through Douglas, but we're not out of the woods yet because hurricane season runs all the way to November. And as a solar panel owner myself, I wanted to know a little bit more about what to do for a storm. So we bring in Eric Carlson of Revolution. Thank you for being with us. Appreciate it.
Good morning.
So it is a topic that a lot of people were worried about, maybe still are worried about. What does somebody do that has solar, and what do they have to do to prepare for a storm? Do they need to do anything, first off?
When you consider a solar system, there's different components to it. You've got the panels that are on your roof, and then you have the inverters and maybe batteries that are on the side of your home. Any reputable company is installing products on your roof and on the side of your home that have passed all of the building codes and the national codes for that matter. So they are all designed to handle sustained winds of 105, in some cases, higher wind volume. So for the most part, we like to say, it's not funny, but your roof is more likely to blow away first than your solar panels.
It is nice to know that if the winds aren't too crazy, you're going to be all right. Is there anything else anybody needs to worry about as a storm is approaching with a solar panel system on their roof?
I think the concern is falling debris. When the storm is coming, right? You're looking at the trees that are over your home and what could happen. We don't want homeowners to get up on the roof and take any precautionary measures like, boarding up their solar panels or something like that. You don't have to. The products themselves are designed to handle these major type of impacts. Here in Hawaii, we have hurricanes, heavy rain. You can have tree branches fall. But on the mainland, they have things like hail, tornadoes, and et cetera. And the systems have shown to withstand hail, much higher winds than hurricanes can produce. And so there's not, again, a whole lot the homeowner has to do to prepare for a storm.
What about when the storm passes? What do folks need to worry about at that point?
Yeah, so we got really lucky, right? The state as a whole, no major damage or any injuries reported. Had it hit, you could wake up in the morning and see debris on your roof, or maybe a panel was loose. If you see anything that doesn't look right, we encourage you to keep your loved ones, your pets, and everything away because your system could still be producing electricity. Call your solar professional, the person that installed it, and have them come out and service your system.
Okay, we talked about before a storm, we talked about after a storm. Let's talk about during a storm, power outages. Yeah. What do folks with panels need to worry about then?
So, and this is something I think a lot of people were reminded and maybe unfortunately didn't know, depending on who they went with their solar system. Really, you have two groups of people with solar system. The majority of people in Hawaii have a solar system without a battery. So you've got your non-battery clients, and then you have your battery clients. If your power goes out and you have a solar system without a battery, your system will automatically shut down. That is done to protect the men and women of HECO who are going to be going out and assessing the damage in your local neighborhood. You can't have your solar system exporting power onto the grid while guys are trying to fix it. So I think a lot of people don't understand that. And then for the second group of people who do have a battery, you really aren't going to notice anything. The power goes out in your neighborhood, you automatically switch over to your batteries. In most cases, you won't even see the lights flicker. So that's just an area I think that needed to be cleaned up because a lot of people are under the impression that even if the grid goes down and the sun is out, I'm producing power for my home, right? Well, the answer is no for a lot of homeowners.
Somebody wants to ask you some questions, maybe even possibly purchase a solar system or batteries. How do they get in touch with you guys?
Yeah, visit us on our website, www.revolution.com, or give us a call at 748-8888.
And in our next Energy Innovation segment, we will talk more in depth about a battery system added to solar.
So a lot of good information there from Eric. They're very, very happy with the way they put things on the roof, and most companies here in Hawaii do a similar job. If not, Revolution is definitely one of our partners, and they do a great job of not only maintaining but putting up solar, and so you can feel good about that. But there's
Yes.
always some questions, and of course, if you've got any, you can always visit them at the Innovation Center at Salta at our Kaka'ako.
Well, we've seen them at work. I went on the rooftop and seen them do the maintenance and the cleaning, so know exactly what
Yep.
it is. Of course, things are different now, but they are the pros to go to if you have any questions about your solar system.
Absolutely, and don't forget that in a couple weeks we will also be talking to Eric about battery backup, which is also something very important during a storm.
Absolutely. Might need to check out that. Okay, the